11 years. For 11 years, Mario Kart 8 has been the modern Mario Kart in my life. When Mario Kart 8 first came out, I was too busy shitting and pissing my pants to give a crap. And now, 11 years later, I'm pissing, shitting, and cumming my pants. It's called character development. So between the 32 original tracks, 16 DLC tracks on Wii U, and 48 booster course tracks on Switch, totaling 96 in total, it's an insane amount of content for one game, and only a complete idiot would try to rank them all. And the worst Mario Kart track in the entire game is the GBA remake of Sunset Wilds. This track pisses me off more than any remake of a Game Boy Advance Mario Kart track should. The original track on Game Boy had two things that made it interesting: the sunset mechanic, where it turns to night on the last lap, and culturally insensitive Shy Guys. And neither one of those things are in this remake. I cried while playing this track because they got rid of my racist little red guys. Number 94, 95, can't count, sorry, Tokyo Blur. So a lot of the new booster tracks are from the mobile game Mario Kart Tour, and man, do they look like it. These tracks go all over the world to famous cities, one of them being Tokyo. This should be the most easy layup of a course theme ever. It's Tokyo. It's one of the most aesthetically pleasing and iconic cities in the world. And what do we get? We get roads. That's it. There's also some thwomps just on the road, which I'm pretty sure that actually happens in Japan. How the hell did they mess this track design up? Guys, you live in Tokyo. Look outside. Number 94, Toad Circuit. Fuck off, Toad. What dumbass thought this piece of shit was deserving of a track? God, I hate Toad. Toad is the biggest fraud on the roster and should be traded to the Charlotte Hornets. Number 93, Game Boy Mario Circuit. This is nothing. This is just a track. There's nothing to talk about here. It's a waste of a spot. Number 92, Dry Dry Desert. Nintendo came up with the genius idea of remaking the worst track from Double Dash. This track, like all desert levels in video games, is bland and boring. The sand pit in the middle of the track is more annoying than challenging, and there's a pointless Oasis segment, and outside of that, the track is just nothing. Number 91, Toad's Turnpike. In the genre of Mario Kart tracks with cars, Toad's Turnpike is perhaps the worst. The track is just a figure eight. There isn't really any shortcuts or fun drift opportunities. The level looks bland as hell, and it's not fun dodging the trucks at most. It's just kind of annoying. This is a textbook bad Mario Kart track. Number 90, London Loop. Similar to the city it's based on, London Loop is bland and soulless. I got 600 hours in this game, and I couldn't tell you anything that happens on this course outside of there being a chain shop, which, spoiler alert, isn't actually in London. Number 89 is the Paris track, and similar to the city it's based on, it's slightly nicer looking than London. That's all I can really say about it. Number 88 is Water Park. The name is all you need to know. No alliteration, no pun or reference to previous Mario games. It's just Water Park. The idea of a Mario Kart track in a water park is awesome and filled with potential, but in practice there's barely anything that screams water park. It's just kind of a big boring drift segment, and then that's kind of it, and then you glide at the end. It's just missed potential. Number 87, Bowser Castle 3. This is an SNES track, and boy does it feel like it. Really flat and bland track design. They try to make it interesting with a bunch of ramps and speed boosts, but that doesn't really cut it for me. Number 86, Sky High Sunday. This track is a rare original one from the booster course. The main problem is honestly just that it looks like shit, and the track design itself is just a big circle, so yeah, I got nothing. And as far as straight up bad Mario Kart tracks in this game, that's about it. Number 85 is Daisy Circuit, moving out of D tier and into C tier. It looks nice, it confirms that Luigi and Daisy fuck, but outside of that, it's just kind of mid. A big figure 8 thing, and then a drifting segment is all it is. Number 84, Mario Circuit 3. It's like all the other similar SNES and GBA remakes, but it looks kind of worse. Number 83, Cheap Cheap Beach. The first few times I played this course, I thought it was really cool. Dodging, falling into the water by jumping from sand patch to sand patch, going through this nice little palm tree section. It was honestly becoming one of my favorite DS tracks. Then I realized you could just drive underwater and have zero consequences when it comes to your speed or momentum, so like, what's the point? Number 82, Sweet Sweet Canyon. Similar to Water Park, this track has so much potential. A dessert-themed Mario Kart track is a great idea, but I don't know, guys. I feel the same way, but this course kind of looks like shit. Like, for being based on candy, I don't really want to eat any of this track. I mean, I think it has something to do with the more realistic HD graphics they were going for with Mario Kart 8. That doesn't mix well with the overly cartoony atmosphere of Sweet Sweet Canyon, but I mean, the water, which is maybe supposed to be orange juice, just kind of looks like shit. And yeah, everything, it looks stale. That's the best way to describe it. Number 81, Twisted Mansion. I'm afraid to play this track sometimes because it's too scary. Not the best spooky level in Mario Kart. The water section anti-gravity bits feel useless, but at least it looks nice and the music is pretty, which most of the other previous tracks haven't had going for them. Number 80 is Sherbert Land. Ice levels in Mario Kart suck for the most part, but you see Sherbert Land is different in that it's just okay. Number 79, Los Angeles Laps. At this point, I'm just ranking the city courses by how much I like the people. You know, so it's above London and Paris, but not too high up. There's a beach, a baseball stadium, and an oil rig. I mean, sure, I guess. I feel like there are maybe some more iconic places to do for Los Angeles, but okay, sure. Oil. 78, Madrid Drive. I don't remember a single thing about this track, but Madrid feels like it should be higher than Los Angeles. At least this course is pretty, I guess. Number 77, the Rome track. This one's kind of just a course. The Coliseum section is cool, and that's about it, but that's enough to bring it above the lower tier of city tracks. Number 76 is Bone Dry Dunes. For the most part, I hate desert courses, but this one isn't that bad. Turns out making the sand orange kind of makes it a lot nicer to look at, and the skeleton theme matches the desert aesthetic. Pretty solid course. Number 75, Koopa Cape. A perfectly fine yet uninspired pick for the booster course. I like the section with the river, and then the waterfall leads to an underwater bit. Pretty decent course. I'm just now realizing we're under 25% of the way through, and I feel like I've ran out of jokes already. Oh boy. Number 74 is Super Bell Subway. I always forget that this track exists. The subway theme isn't the most exciting because it doesn't look very good, but the multiple paths you can take makes it replayable. I really want to rank this one higher, but the boring aesthetic and the claustrophobic feel kind of ruins it for me. Number 73, Sky Garden. Something about this remake just feels off. Like, the GBA version has so much vibrant life in it, but this remake just kind of comes off flat and lifeless. A lot of the expansion paths comes off weird because Mario Kart 8 is designed to have the realistic look Nintendo was pushing in the Wii and Wii U era. So when a more cartoony track from like GBA or N64 or GameCube is imported, it comes off like a weird. Hashtag not my Sky Garden. Number 72, Berlin Byways. More like Boringland byways. Next entry. Number 71, DS Mario Circuit. One of the simpler tracks in the game. There's just this indescribable charm to Mario Circuit DS. It's nostalgia. That's all it is. I played this level when I was in Pampers, and I haven't emotionally developed past that point. So now I make YouTube videos, rotting in my chair, talking about a baby game, and fuck, I forgot to pay off my loans this month. Anyway, Choco fucking Mountain is number 70. This one's a fan favorite, but like everything else from Mario Kart 64, it's kind of overrated. That's right, shots fired. Yeah, I'm coming for that ass, Luigi's Raceway. It's mostly fine. Honestly, looks pretty good for an early expansion pass track. So, yeah, please don't kill me, Choco Mountain fans. Number nice, 60 nice, 9 nice, Peach Garden. This one aesthetically is one of my favorites. It's a well-done remake and perfectly matches the vibe of the opening section of Mario 64. However, I've always found the track design kind of weird. Like, some turns are way too tight, others are just kind of nonsensical, and none of the shortcuts are that interesting. Number 68, Mario Circuit. A lot of Mario Kart 8 tracks in the base game seem like they're desperately trying to sell the Gravity Defying theme. This one does it better than most. Track design wise, it's overall pretty good, and the glider section at the end is really fun. My one problem is the theming. I'm fine with a basic ass track theme, but it kind of feels like Mario Circuit was made in a Mario Maker type level creator. But also, there's a Number 67, Amsterdam Drift. This city track feels the least like a city track, with these nice looking fields and fun little water section. There's public transportation and nice roads, so you know it's not an American city track. Overall, a nice time. Number 66, Hyrule Circuit. Had a hard time figuring out where to place this track. On one hand, the theming is fantastic, remixing Mario Kart stuff into Zelda stuff. Coins turn into emeralds, bats and piranha plants look like Zelda enemies, and the item theme is replaced with a version of the chess theme from Ocarina of Time. There's this nice little mini puzzle where if you hit all 3 crystals on a drift, you get access to a ramp over the Master Sword. They went all out on this track, except for, the track design. Zelda has so many iconic locations, and instead we get a vaguely grassy area outside of Hyrule Castle. Oh boy. Still a fun time, but come on, throw like a Goro in there or something. Number 65, Mario Kart Stadium. This is a great evolution of the basic starter track. The scale is pretty cool and fits the fact that this is the first Mario Kart in HD. I love how you can see the incline of the anti-gravity ahead of time, like you're about to scale a mountain. Throw in some pretty cool skips you can do, and you got a damn solid time, and one of the best opening tracks in the series. 64, Wii U Rainbow Road. The main event of any Mario Kart game is Rainbow Road, and honestly, this one's pretty weak by comparison. I mean, it gets the job done, but the grayness of the space station clashes weirdly with the colorful Rainbow Road, and can you really call it a Rainbow Road if it has guardrails? This is like if you took Rainbow Road for Wii and neutered it. Number 63, Neo Bowser City. It looks pretty cool. I remember liking this one on Mario Kart 7. There's a bunch of turns, and the billboards in the background run at like 10 frames per second. Some of these entries aren't going to be that in-depth. Sorry, Bowser. Moving up into B tier, this is where we just start getting straight up good tracks. Number 62 is Piranha Plant Cove. Underwater levels traditionally suck, but not here. Track design-wise is just okay, but the theming is what bumps it up to B tier. The underwater temple theme is really cool and unique, so fun little track. 61, Thwomp Ruins. Sticking with the Ruins theme, Thwomp Ruins takes us into an ancient American city on steroids. The anti-gravity has you going on the walls, there's a big wheel to avoid, and one of Mario Kart's easiest but most fun shortcuts towards the end. Also, anytime the lap ends with a glider section, it gets a bump up for me. For being a Mushroom Cup course, it serves as a perfect taste of what Mario Kart 8 has to offer. Number 60, Ice Ice Outpost. This track is what happens when you max out on the track design and spend none of your skill points on aesthetics. Number 59, Athens Dash. Opa, get your Euros, get your Souvlaki, whatever the fuck that's called. Get out your togas, we're going to Greece, baby, fuck Rome, Athens #1. I don't see Turkey having a Mario Kart track. Number 58, Electrodome. This track is designed for cool European gays who do ecstasy. This is the second best music theme track in Mario Kart 8, which is technically an accomplishment. 57, Rosalina's Ice World. This track is both a water and ice level, everybody's favorite. I'm actually surprised by how much I enjoyed this one. The space ice planet location gives a unique vibe. The water section is pretty meaningless, but it leads to a cool underground cave thing. Or if you have a mushroom, you can just straight up skip all of that and drive on a whole different part of the course. You don't see it often online, but when you do, it's always a fun time. Number 56, Bangkok Rush. I feel like they put all the attention to detail in this city track instead of the others. Bunch of cool temples and stuff in the background. The track starts with you driving over top of water. You go through this little market and bounce on top of the tents. For not being an obvious pick for a city track, Bangkok Rush establishes itself as one of the better city tracks in the whole game. Number 55, Daisy Cruiser, a classic from Double Dash. Daisy Cruiser is so fun till you've played it 1,000 times like I have. People love this track online, and like, it's good, don't get me wrong, but is it really one of the best Mario Kart tracks of all time? No. I mean, why is there an underwater section? It's a fucking cruise ship. It's still good, but it's overrated. Number 54, Yoshi's Valley. Another iconic track from 64. The music is great, the track design is iconic, and there's a big egg, which is pretty neat. My only real problem is once you've played this course enough times, you figure out the quickest path and just kind of stick to that. Sorry, Mario Kart 64 fans, the game is actually called Mario 64 because that's how old the people who like it are. 53, Royal Raceway. A retro track that doesn't feel old or outdated at all. When it comes to pure vibes and looking nice, Royal Raceway is undefeated. The track design is pretty simple, but as far as the basic stadium/circuit style tracks, this is one of the best. 59, SNES Donut Plains. Look, this track is kind of ugly, the theming is basic as hell, and it definitely has that SNES flatness. But I don't know, man, when it comes to just the pure driving of it, the track design, all the little shortcuts you can do, the better you get at the game, I feel like the more you start to like this one, and I kind of always choose it when it's up for grabs online. Number 51, Mushroom Gorge. Mario Kart Wii fans were eating good with the booster pack selections. Mushroom Gorge is a really simple idea perfected. It just takes this bouncing mushroom vibe and just kind of escalates it throughout the lap. It's just fun to bounce on them. There really isn't much to it. It's just kind of a simple idea done perfectly. Top 50 time with Sunshine Airport. The genre of Mario Kart courses and normal people locations is a fan favorite, and I think Sunshine Airport gets a bit overshadowed by other tracks like Coconut Mall or Daisy's Cruise. Maybe it's the theming that people don't like. It doesn't feel like a Mario-style airport, it just feels like an airport. Still some cool moments though. There's this fun little shortcut. I like how the glider section ends with a landing strip, and you can even do some tricks off of a plane, which is something. Number 49, New York Minute. This is when we get to the truly good city tracks. What I love about this course is all the little details. The Times Square advertisements are a really cute touch, and there's a Goomba in Central Park. The track is kind of underwhelmingly flat, however. Like, a New York track could have so much potential outside of just roads, but still, overall, pretty good. Number 48 is Wii U Bowser's Castle. Let's start off with the positives. The vibes of this course are immaculate, straight up feels like a final boss level in racing form. The giant Bowser robot thing is easily the biggest set piece of note, and it's pretty cool. And that's about it in terms of memorable moments. The rest of the course kind of just gets carried by the cool factor. High potential, but overall not one of the better tracks in the game, which is kind of the theme with most Bowser Castle levels in Mario Kart games. Number 47, Wario's Gold Mine. This track looks amazing, one of the best in the whole game. The track itself is kind of serviceable, nothing special, and I don't have that much to say about this one. It's not the best Wario track in the game. 46, Coconut Mall. People fucking love this course, and I can see why, but I fear putting this at the halfway mark will lead to my mysterious disappearance. The course feels super fast, with lots of trick opportunities and boost pads. It's colorful and vibrant, and features an all-time soundtrack that's honestly the best part of the whole course. Number 45 is GBA Boo Lake. Holy shit, I just put a Super Circuit track over Coconut Mall. Please don't hurt my family. Look, the track design is just really well laid out. The flat, smooth nature of the course makes chaining drifts together super satisfying, making Boo Lake a perfect track for time trials. Number 44, Moo Moo Meadows. I get this strange feeling of joy from running over these fucking cows. These bum-ass obstacles deserve everything they have coming to them. Pretty good track. 43, Animal Crossing. They didn't even give this one a cute name, they just straight up called it Animal Crossing. The 4-season mechanic gives you a variety of looks for the level and definitely adds replay value, because in a game where I have 600 hours in, I really needed those extra seasons to really give me more replay value. Definitely added probably about 10 hours on top of my playtime. 42 is GBA Snowland. Similar to Boo Lake, the simplicity of this track is the highlight. The track looks really nice with the colorful blue ice aesthetic. The layout and shortcut opportunities make this another track that's just kind of fun to drive on, no gimmicks needed, just good to, doing time trials or online. 41, Dragon Driftway. The track sees you drive on top of a track designed to look like a Chinese dragon. The use of anti-gravity gives it a real dizzying feel. The track is also very narrow, making it one of the more difficult ones to play on higher CCs. Only real problem I have is that it's too short. Number 40, Calamari Desert. This is the train level. It's pretty cool because there's a train. It creates a unique situation where sometimes you have to play chicken. Do you risk getting hit by the train, or do you wait for it to pass? Similarly, the tunnel section is also pretty memorable. There's a reason Calamari Desert is a fan favorite. It's because Mario Kart fans have autism, that's why. Number 39, Shy Guy Falls. Shy Guy Falls makes some of the best use of anti-gravity in the whole game. You go up a goddamn waterfall. Despite the lack of interesting track design outside of that, sometimes all it takes is one memorable set piece to make a track like Shy Guy Falls one of the better ones in the game. Number 38, Wario Stadium. Thank God they chose this version of Wario Stadium and not the N64 version. That's right, Mario Kart 64 fans, I'm not done shit talking. What are you gonna do about it? Walk out of your retirement homes to find me? Come on. Eat my dick, Mario Kart 64 fans. 37, N64 Rainbow Road. This track is just kind of straight up a classic. It makes you feel good. The iconic track it looks better in HD with the vibrant colors. The fireworks in the sky and the city lights beneath you gives a real kind of scale to Rainbow Road, and the gliding section at the end is a lot of fun. 36, Shroom Ridge. This course is just nice. It looks pretty. The cars are a fun obstacle that never become too annoying, and the little shortcut at the end is fun. So, a little too short of a track, but it is a decent pick for the booster course. Number 35, SNES Rainbow Road. While Mario Kart 8 is an incredible game, the one word that doesn't come to mind is difficult. That's what makes SNES Rainbow Road so unique. The first couple times you play this course online, you'll get your ass kicked. But then over time, you start to get the hang of the tight turns and super tight level design. The learning curve is satisfying and offers a much different experience from the rest of Mario Kart 8, which is more of, the casual side. But SNES Rainbow Road, when you get good at it, it's a really fun course. 34, Yoshi Circuit. The fact that this course is in the shape of a Yoshi genuinely gives it a lot of bonus points. I'm a simple man. The shortcuts in this one are also really easy to execute, with a mushroom making it a fast-paced track for online play. However, they don't have the underground shortcut from the original, so this is a terrible track, and I'm moving it down to number 96. 33, Riverside Park. I really don't know why I enjoy this one so much. It's a GBA track, so it's one of the more simple designs in the game, but the visuals and music really carry it. Also, you shoot out of a waterfall at the end, and I don't know, man, that's pretty cool. 32, Waluigi Stadium. Waluigi Stadium is just a better version of Wario Stadium, and with the addition of half pipes, it only gets better. Not a whole lot to say, it's just a fun track, and the verticality of the alternate paths add some much needed depth, and all the little bumps add a bunch of tricking opportunities, so it is a very good track. Number 31, Mute City. Nintendo finally showing some love to their other big racing IP, sorry Diddy Kong Racing. Having the boost pads give you coins is such a nice touch, and the music is heavenly. My only real problem with Mute City is that there's a much better F-Zero track later on in the game. Number 30, Dolphin Shoals. The actual track is okay, but oh my god, that music is godly. The part where you pop out of the water and the music goes fucko mode with the jazz, holy shit, it's beautiful. The actual track, again, is just kind of okay. Some tricking opportunities. I like the little part where you do the tricks off of the big eel. And that's about it. 29, Vancouver Velocity. Like a lot of the top city tracks, Vancouver Velocity relies on the vibes. The nighttime winter setting separates it from all the other sunny standard courses. The suspension bridge at the beginning also uses the anti-gravity mechanic well, and also the hockey rink is a nice little touch. 28, DK Mountain. The jungle aesthetic and Rocky Mountain vibe is great, but most of the positives I have for this track are done better in another Donkey Kong mountain themed level. Number 27, Sydney Sprint. I don't know why, but Water's in the Water, but Nintendo went so hard with the music on this one. It's honestly one of my favorite music tracks in the whole game, maybe the best outside of Dolphin Shoals. As for the gameplay, it's nothing special, but the long curves and straightaways make chaining drifts together a lot of fun. 26, Toad Harbor. I don't know why, but when I think of Mario Kart 8, this is one of the first tracks that comes to mind. The San Francisco-inspired setting gives a nice vibe to the whole course. The section at the end going downhill is the best part, and it's fun trying to bounce on top of the little train carts. I also like the little market section in the beginning, and there's an anti-gravity part that's so much slower than just staying on the regular ground. Number 25, Piranha Plant Slide. One of my favorite tracks from Mario Kart 7 gets a massive upgrade with the anti-gravity mechanic. The sewer aesthetic is one that's definitely not pretty, but the grimy, dirty look is kind of part of the charm, and it's fun to cut across at the end with the mushroom shortcut. 24, Merry Mountain. This is another track that's carried by the vibes. The Christmas Village is such a pretty look, and just kind of feels perfect for Mario Kart. The theming's great, but the back half of the course is pretty boring. Just kind of after the last turn, it just becomes a straightaway glider section. Not a very fun one at that. But still, pretty fun course. Number 23, Wild Woods. When I was first doing this list, just the rough draft, Wildwood was a lot further down, and then I started actually playing more Mario Kart 8 online, and just every time this track came up, I was just surprised by it. The track looks so cool with the anti-gravity jungle theme. It kind of looks like the Avatar movies. This weird little village vibe is the type of world building I wish we got more out of tracks. Going down the rivers are a lot of fun, and the boost pads and lily pads are cool. But again, the vibes are just immaculate on this track. Number 22, Moonview Highway. The best of the highway tracks in the game. Moonview's tight turns make driving and avoiding oncoming cars both fun and challenging. The nighttime city setting makes for one of the best backdrops in the whole game. The ramp towards the beginning is one of my favorite alternative paths in the whole thing. Only problem I have is just how short this level is. 21, Excite Bike Arena. Nintendo finally showing some love to their other racing IP, sorry Diddy Kong Racing. This one's pretty simple. If you put a lot of ramps and speed boosts, it'll make the course a pretty fun time. This just kind of activates the big dumb monkey brain part that likes it when things go fast. The cool part is that the placement of the ramps are completely randomized, making every race completely unique, and that's really cool. And I think this is the only Mario Kart track that does that in the entire history of the series. Number 20, Waluigi Pinball. This track is iconic. It's possibly the most iconic part of Mario Kart DS. The theming is executed to perfection with all the bright lights, the opening glider section, and the bumper section. The music is iconic and it fits the frantic, hectic vibe of the course. Like a lot of DS tracks, however, it feels weirdly short, and that's what keeps it, just barely in the top 20. Number 19, GBA Cheeseland. This often unfairly gets lumped in with the other desert tracks in this game, which are, pretty bad, but Cheeseland stands out for its track design. There's a shit ton of skips, both mushroom and non-mushroom ones, that'll make this track very fun once you get to a certain skill level. So what I'm saying is, if you don't like this track, it's because you suck dick at this game and you should just get good. Number 18, Rock Mountain. One of the most underrated tracks from Mario Kart 7, Rock Mountain is mostly decent on-ground segments followed by amazing glider sections. You can get some serious hang time, and the mountain climb at the end of the lap is another fun set piece. And this feels so Mario Kart 7, just really using the glider feature to the fullest. Number 17, DK Summit. This is one of the most beloved tracks in all of Mario Kart. It's from the Wii, and I can see why. The half-pipe, small bumps, and windy turns all make this track very fast, one that requires a good amount of skill to navigate on higher CCs. Additionally, the large skips you can do are some of the most satisfying in the whole game, and offer a lot of risk versus reward, because you won't always get it every single time. Now shit's starting to get really good. We're entering A tier with number 16, Tick Tock Clock. I believe this is the best DS retro track in the whole game. Tick-Tock Clock doesn't stand out initially, but the more you play it, the more it does. Obviously, the clock theme is masterfully executed, calling back to Mario 64. The glider section at the end lets you skip over a good bit of the track. There's so many little gap jumps and mini shortcuts you can do that makes this one of the most skill-based tracks in the game, and takes a good bit of technical ability to consistently do well on. Number 15, Baby Park. Baby Park is pretty hard to fuck up unless we're talking about the DS version. It's a circle, but such a small circle that everybody is right next to each other the whole race. This combined with the chaos of Mario Kart 8's item system, and you get this insane adrenaline rush as all this craziness just surrounds you. It's pretty common for you to go from first to 10th in 5 seconds, and that's all part of the fun. It is completely casual, kind of the exact opposite of Tick-Tock Clock in a way. Number 14, Singapore Speedway. This is the best city track in the game, and it takes full advantage of its setting with a beautiful night city backdrop. The verticality of the course is its best feature, with you racing on top of these high-rise apartment pools and then soaring through the city. If only every city track was as well laid out and interesting as this one. Also, I didn't know that Singapore had a big rocket barrel that shot you out into the sky. That's pretty cool. Number 13, Maple Treeway. Mario Kart Wii fans got to engage in what can only be described as a biblical amount of gluttony with the DLC tracks. However, Maple Treeway stands out as one of the best, especially with its beautiful vibe. The thin track design can make this a pretty tough one on higher CCs. This combined with the bushes giving mushrooms can lead to a lot of unwanted speed boosts leading to falling off the track. Balancing chaos with skillful track design is the number one thing that makes a great Mario Kart track, and really, that's what Mario Kart Wii did so well, was the kind of balance between the casual aspects and the more competitive ones. Number 12, Ninja Hideaway. I think this one comes from Tour, or it could be a new one. I can't remember. Ninja Hideaway is a tricky-to-navigate race through this old-timey Japanese, ninja hideout. The multiple extra paths adds to the replay value. If you're careful and play well enough, you can stay on the upper path for basically the whole race, which is the easier and faster one. The skill-based track design is pretty unique for Ninja Hideaway and makes it one of the best in the whole game. Honestly, it reminds me of the old Sonic games, where if you do well enough at the kind of more skillful part of the game, then you'll be rewarded by just going a lot faster than everyone else. Number 11, DK Jungle from Mario Kart 7. This track is heavily based on Donkey Kong Country Returns, which was one of my favorite games as a child. And what I love about it is all of the set pieces. The early rush through a tight path in a dense jungle before opening up to a large flower bouncing you into the air, avoiding these little tiki enemies. And then you can take this alternate glider path through the boost pads as you enter this banana temple. And finally shoot out for one last glider section and a tight drift to get a little shortcut to finish each lap. All while a super sped up version of the DKC Returns theme plays in the background, adding a lot of hecticness to the whole feel of the track. It's time for the top 10 with number 10, Mario Kart Wii Rainbow Road. This is an iconic track and is often seen as the best Rainbow Road in the whole series. Blazing through this track at high speeds never gets old, and in online play it's one of the best tracks of all time. However, I don't think it's the best Rainbow Road track in the whole game. There's nothing wrong with it, nothing I would change. It's super chaotic and fun. It's very much Mario Kart Wii distilled into a single course, but I do think there's one Rainbow Road that's better. Number 9 is Grumble Volcano, also from the Wii. I think this one might actually be the highest ranked Wii course. Though, yeah, I'm pretty sure. This level is genius. The tight corridors make the track already pretty chaotic, and then when you get to laps 2 and 3, the volcano's eruption causes the track itself to fall and crumble. This is such a unique mechanic that makes the track into this chaotic mess that requires a high level of skill to navigate. You really have to pay attention to which sections are falling apart. Man, I want to make out with the Nintendo developer that came up with this idea. Number 8 is Big Blue. This track is incredible and blows Mute City out of the goddamn water. Track has 3 sections instead of, 3 laps, making the course feel like a grand marathon. I don't want every track in Mario Kart to just be one big lap separated into 3 bits, but sporadically throughout the game, it can really make certain tracks stick out. The track has a bunch of gap jumps that are massive and which basically break the level. It reminds me of like N64 style shortcuts. They're super satisfying for the skilled players that can pull it off. All of this combined with classic F-Zero soundtrack makes this basically a perfect Mario Kart track almost, because the real perfect Mario Kart tracks are in S tier. Starting with number 7, Squeaky Clean Sprint. While the track doesn't scream Mario, the potential of the theme is fully realized. The sheer creativity on display in the track design is what carries it to the spot. I especially love the little part at the end, the water shooting out the toilet that, you can carry up to a little alternate path that you can take another side path to really get ahead. You go into a sink and you go down a drain. It's a lot of fun. I want a Mario Kart game that fully is just like minis, like you're fully shrunken down, because that is a theme in a lot of tracks. But I feel like it'd be cool if that was the theme for like a whole game, was like shrinking everything down and having to drive around like a house or like like a playground, but it's giant. Number 6 is 3DS Rainbow Road. This is the best Rainbow Road in Mario Kart history, fully exploring the space theme more than any other version of the track. Mario Kart 7 allows you to drive on top of the moon, doing tricks off of craters and sort of zero gravity, and then you get to drift on the rings of Saturn, making for some of the most memorable set pieces in all of Mario Kart for me. Simply put, everything from the design to the visuals is magnificent, and I would die for this track. This is better than the Wii version. Fucking come at me, Mario Kart Wii fans. Entering the top 5 is the third best original track, Cloud Top Cruise. This track is epic, and I use that word with absolutely no sarcasm. The beanstalk in the clouds clashes with the later airship mechanical vibe to make for a course that raises in suspense as you go through the lap. Lining up all the boost pads at the end without getting hit by lightning is one of my earliest memories of the game. The music is godly, and having a skip right at the end can lead to both some of the most frustrating and exhilarating moments in the whole game, as either you fall a couple places or shoot out to first at the very end. Number 4, this is from Mario Kart 7. It is Music Park. It's the second best retro track, and goddamn, the theming is sublime. All the enemies move along to the music. The piano keys actually play notes as you drift on them. You bounce on these drums to get a little shortcut. All the components of this track flow together perfectly, just like the parts of an orchestra come together to form a beautiful performance. This is a fucking insane level. Honestly, you could push to say it's the best one in Mario Kart history, and I would be fine with that. Number 3, Yoshi's Island. This is a love letter of a course to the original SNES game. The enemies and music are straight out of the game, and I especially love the glider section at the end. It incorporates the mystery cloud, which if you hit it either with your cart or with an item, opens up a platform that takes you right to the finish line. This track just point blank makes me happy. They didn't even have to make a new track. They could have just done another retro track, but instead they decided to go out of their way to make an amazing original track. God bless Yoshi's Island. It's just simple, pure, colorful fun, and really, that's perfect for what the track is inspired by. Number 2 is the best retro course, honestly, in Mario Kart history. It is GBA Ribbon Road. This track is perfect, both aesthetically and track design-wise. The ribbons you ride on flow, allowing for you to get quick trick boosts. The obstacles are hard to dodge. There's plenty of turbo boosts to keep the track fast. There's 2 alternate path shortcuts that are super hard to get and super satisfying to pull off. And it all ends with a glider section that hard cuts into a tight turn that you can do a mushroom skip through. Grinding this course in time trials is an addiction I developed while making this video. And number 1, the best Mario Kart 8 track, Mount Wario. It's not a title, it's a command. I'm a sucker for a track that doesn't have laps and instead is one big open race. Falling out of the plane and onto the mountains, the wooded part, falling out of the plane onto the mountains, it's the perfect, beginning. It really sets the scene perfectly. The wooded part is probably my favorite. Oh, but there's also this little cave section that uses the anti-gravity, and the whole track ends with a big salmon run where you can chain drifts together to the finish. Between the use of anti-gravity, the big grand orchestra soundtrack, and the realistic, gorgeous HD graphics, when I think of Mario Kart 8, this is always the first track that comes to mind, and the tracks in Mario Kart World are going to have their work cut out for them if they ever want to hope to be able to follow up on Mario Kart 8's Mount Wario. The best course, maybe in Mario Kart history. Thanks for watching, and I fucking can't wait to shill out $500 for Mario Kart World.